definition of an African American male in the sense of how attractive he should be is athletic build, tall, either light, medium, or dark skin. Dreads or close cut, kind of a baby face in a sense, me personally. Nice hands, but working hands. It's clear that he's a working man. Let's see. Nice eyes, nice bone structure, medium to small ears. I prefer no tattoos. Yeah, it's pretty much sums it up.
A good-looking African American female is someone who, or is a female who has longer hair that is her own. Someone who is someone who's proportionate to her height. So not too wide, not too tall.
I think it's just their confidence in themselves and how they interact with others, and they stand up for their own ethnicity and whatnot, and how they connect with people in their life that makes them stand out from others.
I believe a good-looking African American is very strong-willed and confident in who they are and how they look. It doesn't come from an outward appearance, it comes from a confidence within. Of course, if you keep yourself neat, good hygiene, that's a plus. But all in all, it's what's on the inside that counts when it comes to attractiveness within the Black community.
I do think there's internalized oppression when it comes to the African American culture, when it comes to complexion, because I feel like that we tend to have this mindset: if I'm a lighter skinned person, then automatically I'm accepted. I might have a blemish here or there, but I'm lighter than that darker skinned person over there to the side.
I do feel, that there is some underlying tensions that, lighter skinned African Americans feel that they are entitled to something, or that they are better in some sense, but on the other hand, there are, darker skinned African Americans who feel the same way. So it can go either way.
I do think it's some internalized oppression within the Black popular culture, because we wouldn't be doing documentaries such as this if it weren't. A lot of times we find that African Americans, we say little things that oppress ourselves, like saying the dark skin quote to the Black female, or being very particular about who we choose as a mate so that our baby's hair can come out perfectly slick, or using these special creams to lighten our skin. It's not as blatant, but the little things that we do certainly reinforces that oppression.
I feel that the media influences what the African American culture deems as beautiful because it's convenient. If you can just turn on the TV and you're basically being told how to look, it's easier than looking inside yourself and defining what you should look like, knowing and recognizing your inner beauty, and recognizing that you are beautiful despite what you look like, the size you are, the complexion you are, anything physical.
In my opinion, it goes both ways. I think it's more so the media on the African American culture, because everybody reads the magazines, watches TV, listens to the radio, and we get this grand scheme of what beauty is by how a few people deem as appropriate for everybody to believe. And the media has a general overview of what that will entail.
I would say that the media influenced what the African American culture thinks is beautiful, because there's this transition from how females used to get real lashes all the time, and now it's natural. So natural is the thing, and then the styles are changing with types of clothes and whatnot. So I think it's generally the media is influencing like African Americans and whatnot.
The media definitely shapes the outlook of what beauty is to the black community. A lot of times you see certain, people, celebrities, getting the cover of a dark-skinned person. Notice the only time you see a dark-skinned person is when they have on this light colored lipstick and kind of almost satirically makes fun of the darker-skinned person. Whereas the light-skinned person has all this glorious goddess-looking portrait behind them to sort of glorify what the African American should look like.
If we come together and actually realize that it is a problem, that anything can be accomplished, but we have to realize that there is a problem first and not just be accepting of the circumstances.
I do think we can shape and change this perception of the ideal look within our own culture. But this is going to take a lot of time. It's going to take the right people to stand up and say, no, you don't have to look a certain way to be accepted, because a lot of people, such as Wendy Williams, Tyra Banks, and Oprah, they tried it, but look at the long hair that they have. Look at how much makeup they put on to portray themselves as light. So it's sort of contradictory. If we had someone such as Whoopi Goldberg host their own show by themselves, then maybe this thing would change and the ideal look would be amended.